Hi, my name is Bola Obileye and I'm your skinny cook. Today I'll be teaching you how to make good old suya, but not just suya as you know it. I'll be showing you how to make skinny suya, suya that is actually good for you. And not only that, I'm going to teach you a way to cheat. You won't have to have your barbecue out. You can make it on your cooker and it tastes just as good as the real thing. And best of all, it is healthy. But before I get into it, can you do me one favor please? See that red button over there? Please click on it. Subscribe. I'm always coming up with new ideas and new videos every Monday and you don't want to miss it. So go ahead, please subscribe. Thank you. Now that you've done it, let's get into it. So to make skinny suya, you're going to need good old suya pepper mix. This one, as you know, is age old. It's from the northern part of Nigeria and it's made with a lot of secret type ingredients, which I will show you how to make in another video. But today, just love on the pepper as it is. So as you know, it's called suya pepper. To add to my suya pepper, I've got garlic, only because I love garlic, and a few other spices as well that I'll be adding to it, and good old turmeric, because as you know, turmeric is wonderful with pepper. So yes, I'm going to be adding a bit of that. Once your suya is ready, you're going to need some onions and tomatoes, obviously to serve it with the suya, because there's no suya without these two bodies right here, right? You will obviously need meat. Mine has been cleaned and braised, and you will need a tenderizer. Mine has already been tenderized, but I'll show you how to do it so that you can get on with it at home. You're going to need as well a really healthy fat, and today I'll be using avocado oil. I don't like using sunflower oil, it's not good for you. Stick with the healthier fats. I like avocado oil because it has no aftertaste, but if you like coconut oil, you can go ahead and use it. The only thing though, it's going to knock out that traditional suya taste. So if you want to keep it authentic, go with a healthy fat that has neutral taste like avocado oil. If you've got really good suya pepper, you shouldn't need any salt, but you know how it is. You taste it and see how you feel, obviously before handling the meat. And if you're like me and you hate getting food under your fingers, then you might want to get yourself some gloves, because we're about to get dirty right here. We're really going to dig in and make this suya the good old way. We're going to try as much as possible to keep the tradition in, but we're going to cheat every now and then, just so we get to the result without going through the hassle of getting, you know, big a barbecue flame and all that out. And one thing you need to bear in mind though, what makes skinny suya really special and really good for you is the fact that when you have barbecue, oftentimes you get all the burnt bits. Did you know that those burnt bits are not good for you? They're actually toxic to the body. The body has no clue what to do with them. So this way that we're cooking, we're going to keep all the toxins out. So instead of your body just keeping all these toxins that it doesn't know what to do with it, we're going to cook it in a way that is healthy and how your body can actually take advantage of all the goodness of the meats and all the vegetables and all the nutrients that you will be getting out of your ingredients. So yes, let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so just a habit of mine, you don't have to do it. Suya pepper is usually already spiced up and you don't need to add anything. But because it's me and I love my turmeric and I love my garlic, I'm going to just add a little bit of turmeric in there. Maybe a little bit of the mixed spice. Like I said, I'll show you how to make suya pepper in another video. Little bit of garlic. I'm just doing this for the flavor, and yeah, I think that will do. I'm gonna get that to mix in a little bit, and then I will just pour in a little bit of my healthy oil. Today I'm using avocado oil, and the reason why I add oil to it is to keep the meat soft and tender and to lock in the juices into the meat, because otherwise the meat would get sort of like dry. It would have sort of like a very dry texture when you finish. So the oil is really supposed to help make sure you keep the moisture in the meat. So let's get to the meat. Like I said, the meat has already been tenderized. So what I did is have the meat all placed, cleaned, and then placed in this clear bag, and everything has been braised. So once you get your meat tenderizer, which you can get from any shop, this looks like a hammer, but it's a meat tenderizer. Costs only about £5. You can get yourself one of these. You tenderize the meat, and what that does is it helps you make sure that all the seasoning gets in and the meat is not tough. It just takes in all the seasoning, and you can cook it quickly and you don't lose any of the juices. So that's been tenderized already, so I'm not going to overbeat it. So yeah, let's go ahead and season. With typical suya, you would put it on skewers. I'm not going to bother with that. We're putting it on skewers because of the method, because it's not going on a flame. I'm just going to season it, and I'm going to get on to the next stage because I don't need to put it on skewers because I'm only going to cut it off again. So I'll show you how. Don't panic. It's the results that matter. I have tried and tested this, and my family love it. And not just my family, everyone asks me how I do it. And today, just because it's you, I'm sharing my secret. Okay, so this is how I do it. So you season the meat. Remember that the beef has been cleaned and tenderized. So you season it, turn it on itself. Be aware that because I have touched the meat and I've touched the seasoning is now contaminated. You won't be able to keep that. So you have to finish it off today. I kept that way because I've got quite a lot to make. Oh my God, my family, they love suya. So everyone is gonna come over later and have suya. So I'm going to have a busy day today. So remember, if you're not going to finish up the spices on the day, just use a small container and take the bits you need, because once you've handled meat, whatever you touch gets contaminated because it's raw. Don't feel like you have to put too much seasoning on, because the way that it gets cooked, you will not lose any of the seasoning at all. Okay, so we've got these ready now, and we're ready for the next stage. Now, this is the big secret and the next stage. Go ahead and make sure when you shop, you also get yourself a pack of grease-proof paper. This is what is going to create our barbecue setting for us without the barbecue. All right, because these things can withstand heat to such a high level without burning, and so it transfers the heat to the object that's on it or in it, however you want to think about it. So basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to layer my pot, and you need to have also a stainless steel pot. So I'll show you the pot I'll be using, and I'm going to layer my pot with this grease-proof paper. Place the suya in the grease-proof paper, but I'm going to make sure I have enough paper to cover the suya in so that it cooks in the greaseproof paper and all the juice come out, and slowly I will show you what happens. So let's get the pot and get this going. So first of all, make sure that you have enough in there. I pushed down my greaseproof paper in there, and then I think I'm going to have enough to cover, so I will then cut it over here. Okay, now I'm going to get my gloves back on to handle the meat. And like I said, you don't need to use skewers, only because of the method with which I make them. But if you feel like you want to use skewers, go ahead and do that. You place the meat into the pot, and I'm using a very, very good quality stainless steel pot. It's a good idea not to overload the pot, so it's going to be a struggle to get this one in, but I'm going to try to see if I can do all these in one go. And I'm just going to chuck that in there, the rest of the spices. Okay, so now that we've got the suya, the seasoned meat in there, seasoned steak, whatever. Actually, before I do that, it might be a good idea. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I'm going to, only because I want to make this quicker. So I'm going to just drop in a little bit of avocado oil in there, just so I can get it cooking quicker. But ideally, I would leave it on a low heat, and the oils from the meat itself will start to cook the meat before it starts to barbecue the meat. I'll show you what I mean. Just watch magic happen right before your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the fire now. And I'm going to cover that up. I'm going to leave this on the fire for about 6-7 minutes, and then I'll come back and check to see what's going on and show you what's happening. So I'll be back shortly. So I wanted you to see the first stage. It's the meat has started to sort of like bleed, as in starting to cook in its own juice, and it's going to do more of that. So we're going to keep it to boil more for a bit more. So you need to cover it still for some of the juices to still come out of the meat and in essence cook itself first. So it would look as though it's boiling first before we get to the barbecue stage. So we're going to cover it up and come back again later. Okay, so I wanted to show you this just to show you the juices from the meat. So what happens is all the meat, all the water and all the juice in the meat first comes out in there and starts to boil the meat, and then after it boils it starts to more or less barbecue the meat in its juices. It's still got quite a bit of a way to go, but I wanted you to see that the juices before it carries on. So I'm going to cover it back up because I think it's still got some more juice in there to come out before I allow it to barbecue. And to allow it barbecue, I simply just take off the lid and leave it wide open. But for now, I'm going to cover it back up just so I get some more juice out of it. And obviously this helps in marinating, making sure that the flavor gets sucked into the meat and everything tastes as good as the real thing. So as you can see there, we're not losing any of the spices. Everything is getting fed into the meat. It's not the way we know how to do it, but trust me, this is healthy and it tastes the same. So wait until the end, don't judge. Aha! So as you can see, the meat has started to barbecue nicely. We don't want it to burn because then we start getting toxins in. We want to make sure our food is nice and clean, but we want it to brown up a little bit. So we turn it around. So I want that to brown a bit more, so I'm going to just leave it for a little bit longer. But this time I won't cover it anymore. I'm just going to leave it open. So I'll show you the reason why I didn't actually need to put it on the skewers, because now my suya is ready and I can give it a good slice. Look at that. We've got a suya going on. To make it faster, you might want to layer a few. If you're as lazy as I am. Look at that. That is suya right there, and I'm going to give you a taste. This is so amazing. It feels like being back in Lagos in the hot sun in Ikoyi. It feels and tastes as good as Glover Suya. In fact, Obalende Suya, think about it. Anywhere you can get real good suya in Nigeria, this beats it. And guess what? No toxins, no burns. Oh my god, this is so delicious. Quality oils, everything in there is good for you. So I'm gonna plate this up, and not forgetting, I need to get onions and tomatoes, because there's no self-respecting suya in this world without those two buddies. So we better get them in. So now that I've shared with you my secret of how to make suya at home, be sure to try it out. It's the best thing ever. You will call and thank me, I promise you. So guys, if you've enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and try it. But before you do, remember to give me a thumbs up, remember to subscribe, and feel free to send me a comment and let me know what else you'd like me to make for you. I'd love to make videos that connect with you. So yes, come back and let me know how to make your weight loss journey and your healthy living lifestyle a breeze. I am here for you. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.